everyone, it's Elena and I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to give you guys a little room tour. But unlike all of the other room tours on my channel, this is actually my real room, the room I actually live in. Because all of my other room tours so far have been dorm tours, so whether it was boarding school or university, it was always kind of a room that I only had for a little while. But this is where I actually live. So yeah, let's get into it. So this is what my room looks like when you walk into it. So you can see there's my bed and then a little bedside table and then lots and lots of pictures on the walls. And then here we go, another little table and lots of books under it. And then here's my desk. And then the other side of my room is pretty much taken up by my wardrobe, which is pretty massive. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys the different parts of my room, and I'm going to start over here with my bedside table. On top of my bedside table I have this little pineapple thing. You're actually supposed to put this up on the wall as a sort of wall decor. I don't really like that, so I just keep it on here and I put my jewelry on it at night. But it actually hides this wireless charging port. I use this sometimes for my phone, but I don't use it too much, so I usually just hide it with the pineapple because I don't really like the way it looks. And then I have this thing here for jewelry. I don't really use it too much because I keep most of my jewelry in my wardrobe, so I just keep my keys and some keychains on there. So yeah, this is actually my key from Cambridge. They haven't asked to get it back yet, but I'm sure they will. And then down there I just have some other stuff, and then just a few spares for my AirPods. And then here, this thing is literally just for decoration. It actually belongs to a bottle of champagne and they just kind of wrap it fancily. I don't really know why, but yeah, I like the packaging, so I asked the person if they would be willing to give it to me for decoration. So yeah, they got their bottle of champagne and I got some room decor. Now my bedside table can only have this wireless charging port because it is actually connected to electricity, and that's why it actually has another charging port. So you can just plug in your charging cable and then you can charge your phone down here. I personally prefer that, but yeah, you can also just charge it up there, it doesn't really matter. And then in this drawer I also keep the book that I'm reading at the moment. So right now I'm reading The Price of Inequality. And then I have my AirPods here, lots of sleeping masks because I sleep with a sleeping mask. I don't know, for me it just helps me fall asleep to just kind of black out the rest of the world. And then in here I just keep a few things, like for example my vitamins and a little protection angel that someone gave to me as a gift. So yeah, those I just keep in there as well. And that is my drawer. So yeah. Then under my bedside table I have a few boxes and a little rabbit lamp. As you may know, I had a rabbit for 10 years and she passed away last year, but she was really, really lovely. And so I have a lot of rabbit themed room decor like this lamp. I don't really turn it on ever, I just keep it here as a decor. I really like the way it looks and I think it's pretty cool. Now in these boxes I mostly keep memories and things like that. So for example in this little box I just have a lot of letters that some friends wrote to me that I didn't want to throw away because I really liked them. So I just wanted to keep them. Same for this box. By the way, no, I don't buy a lot of fancy stuff. Usually people wrap their packaging in like old boxes that they got when they bought something. Things like that. So yeah, we recycle a lot in my family. And personally I like using these boxes because I think boxes are so overpriced in like, you know, normal furniture stores. So I like to use these because I think they do the job just as well. And now let's take a look at this box, which admittedly does look a little rough at this point. But yeah, for now it does the job, but if I find a better one I will replace this box. So in here I have just some body lotion and some other stuff, but the most important thing are these two books. So this one is Love and Misadventure by Lang Leaf, and the other one is Lullabies by the same author. These are poetry books and I love them so much. I think her poetry is so beautiful and I love to read these before I fall asleep. Now I actually bought digital copies of both of them so that I can read them with a black background. I think that's kind of easier on your eyes when you're trying to fall asleep. But yeah, I used to use the paper copies a lot and I would highly recommend her poetry, especially as something that you can read before you fall asleep because it's not too heavy, but it is very, very beautiful to read. So yeah, these are my 3 boxes that I keep there and my little rabbit lamp. And moving on to my bed, you can probably tell that I love pillows. I actually don't really sleep on lots of pillows, so all of these I kind of just throw to the side when I go to bed and I only sleep on this one. But I love this effect of having lots of pillows on your bed, and it's something that I really wanted to recreate when I redecorated my room. So that's why there are lots of pillows, but they don't really serve much of a purpose, to be honest. But yeah. And then we also have this hat over here. I don't wear this a lot, but I don't really have space anywhere else for it, so it just stays here. But yeah, you may have seen it in quite a few of my videos because I usually film them from here. So yeah, then I'm just sitting there and talking to the camera. And of course there are also rabbit-themed stuffed animals because it wouldn't be my room without them. So I have this little white rabbit here. My rabbit was a white rabbit as well, but she didn't have these long ears. And then I also have this pink rabbit here, which I actually bought while I was in boarding school in Hong Kong. So it's sort of a memory of both of my rabbit, but also of my time there. And then I also have this little thing over here. It's a really, really useful thing because you can just take your laptop, put it on there, and then you can work on your bed. Personally, I wouldn't recommend doing schoolwork on your bed, but you know, for things like video editing, it's perfectly fine. So yeah, and then I have a little candle on there. I never light that candle, so yeah. And then just some other decoration stuff. I love, as I said, little boxes and stuff because you can just hide stuff in there. So in this one, for example, I have my Bluetooth speaker. I haven't used this one in a long time, but yeah, it's here. And then also my agenda. I don't really use my paper agenda that much anymore because I've kind of gone digitally, but yeah, it's still here. And then there is all of these pictures on the walls. So most of these frames are from IKEA. I think actually probably all of them. But yeah, on these there are usually quotes. So for example, this is a poem that I really liked and we analyzed it in English class. So then I printed it out and just added a picture to it and yeah, put it in here. Most of these I just took from like Google Images. Some of them I just made quickly on Affinity Designer. But yeah, that's pretty much what this is. It's just basically a wall of quotes that I really like. You may have seen that on my blog I have a section where I just share quotes that I love because yeah, I'm someone who's really into quotations for some reason. I don't really know why, but here you go. Right next to my bed I have this carpet and I actually have it twice. I really love them. They're from IKEA, but they are super, super slippery. So I keep some adhesives under it, which are especially for carpets. I love them because then you can actually use them because otherwise you are doomed to fall. So yeah, don't use them without adhesives. And then up here I have my lamp. This is also from IKEA. Pretty much my entire room is from IKEA. Like, this is sort of an IKEA ad, but it's not sponsored, I promise. But yeah, this is my lamp and I love it because you can close it, which is great in the evenings and the morning because then you don't have all of this light coming out of it. So it's just a little bit easier on your eyes, but throughout the day you can keep it open and I think it looks amazing when it's open. Moving on to this corner of my room, there are these two fluffy blankets which I just keep here. I love blankets just, you know, because I usually get cold during the night. This one is actually one which I got in the US because I did a summer semester there. And yes, I have carried it around the world with me. This blanket has been with me pretty much everywhere, which is a little bit weird given that I'm 20 years old, but yes, I do carry around my blanket, don't judge me. And then over here we have this little table. I initially intended this to be like, you know, the place where I would do my makeup. That never really worked out because I actually don't have enough light here because I get up very early and you don't get any light from the windows when it's like 5 a.m. So that plan kind of died pretty quickly. But yeah, so up here I have another picture. What a surprise. And then here I have this little decoration thing. I believe this is actually from a store and I just asked them if I could get one because yeah, they used it in the decoration. I think it was a store for bags, but I'm not really sure on that. And then over here I have this little spot remover from Origins. I don't really use this too much. It's just something that I used to like to use quite a lot, but I feel like it dries your skin out. But yeah, sometimes it is useful. So I have this one here, and then I have this little memory box from my rabbit. So in there I just keep some little things that remind me of her. And then over here I have all of my perfume samples, which are a lot. Now I usually get these when I buy stuff, and yeah, I have accumulated them. I never really used to use them, so I just had this massive collection, and I've actually promised myself that I'm not buying any new perfume until I've used all of them up. And you can see how well this is going because they're still all here. But yeah, I haven't bought new perfume though, so I am quite proud of myself. And then I have this little makeup bag where I just keep some of my lipsticks and some old powder. But yeah, largely lipsticks. And now we're getting to my favorite part of this table, which is this, my nail polish collection. I know that these are a ton of nail polishes and these are probably way more than you'd need. In my defense, everybody kind of thinks that giving me nail polish is a good gift, which is not wrong, but that's why I get a lot of nail polishes as gifts, and so I've just accumulated them. In all honesty, I've probably bought like 10 of these and the rest were gifts. But I mean, I'm not complaining because I love doing my nails. So yeah, I love nail polishes and playing around with them. And then here I just have some more stuff for doing your nails and some makeup things. I don't really do a lot of eyeshadow or anything crazy with like lashes, but you know, we were all tempted at one point to try it out and figure out whether we're the next James Charles. Hint, I'm not. So yeah, these are just things that I play around with occasionally. And it also has this great mirror, which I think is really great if you actually want to do your makeup there. It's just for me personally, it doesn't work out because of the light thing. But otherwise, this would be a great spot to do my makeup. Now this desk also has a drawer, and in there I just keep some paper stuff. So these are usually some notebooks in which I just, you know, write quotes and whatever. And then I also have this one, which is basically my brain dump book. So in there I just, you know, write down things that I'm interested in, or yeah, facts that I come across which I like, pretty much anything. Like it's a very random collection of things. So for example, here I wrote down like everything about Schrodinger's cat. There's also a point in here where I copied the glossary of like treaty actions from the UN, which is right here. So I literally just like wrote down the entire thing. I was like 16 when I did this, and I think I had no hobbies or friends. It's a little sad, but it also shows you that I really loved law at quite an early age. So yeah, this is my little brain dump journal basically. Now aside from that, I have a little makeup palette in here. I got this as a gift. I haven't really used it like ever, but I think it looks nice. Like the colors are really pretty, and we did play around with it once, but I haven't really tried a look with it. And then I have this little heart here. It's supposed to be used for, you know, keeping like letters and stuff that you get down, but I don't really get any physical letters, so it just stays here. And then I have these two creams which I got as a sample, and yeah, then some applicators for makeup and stuff. And then here, this disgusting little thing is blue tack, which you can use to glue things to the wall and then later on take them off easily. I love blue tack, and I still had this one left over, so I just keep it here in case I need it. And yeah, then down here we have lots and lots of books. Now this wasn't really intended to be a place for storing books, but the thing is I had to leave university at quite short notice, and I'm actually still in term time. So what I did is I had to bring most of my books with me. So this entire thing here is basically just law books. And yeah, I didn't really have space for them, to be honest. So that's why they're here, alongside lots of books, which, well, I try to read for fun. And the thing is, I don't really have space for them either. Now you may have noticed that there's actually no bookshelf in my room. And the reason for that is that I store most of my books down here in these black boxes under my bed. So I have 4 massive black boxes down there, and I just put all of the books that I've read into these. But they're pretty full at this point, so yeah. Might have to think about actually selling some books or something. But yeah, for now they're here. Once this storage fills up, which it will pretty quickly because that's the only space left, I'm gonna have to figure something out. But for now, my system is store them here or in these boxes. Next we have my desk over here. This is actually a desk that I've had for a very, very long time because it sort of grows with you. Because you can adjust the height down there with these little things. So yeah, I've been using this desk pretty much since I was like 5 years old, and I'm 20 now, so yeah. And it has a little holder here for your bag, so I just put my backpack there. Haven't really used it in a long time because honestly I haven't left the house. And then I also have this matching chair. Now I probably wouldn't pick this print again if I were to pick it out now at age 20, but back then I thought it was super cool to have, you know, hearts on a pink background. Luckily I still love pink, but this is a little much even for me, but oh well, now it is here. And yeah, here is my desk, and I have another few pictures here. What a surprise. Now I made all of these free in Affinity Designer because I wanted them to match, but you can probably just super easily just, you know, find something similar on Google Images. But the quotes I have on here are, "Those who don't know history are destined to repeat it," then "Wherever law ends, tyranny begins," and then I have a Latin quote, and I'm not gonna butcher Latin, but the translation basically means, "No day shall erase you from the memory of time." And then here I just have a lot of pens and stuff, because I usually take a few notes, but most of my things I do digitally, but still I keep some of them here just in case I need to take handwritten notes on something. Then some hand cream because I have very dry hands, so I just like to keep some here. I quite like this cream. It smells super nicely, but it's actually not as hydrating as I'd want it to be. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. And then I have this thing, which is basically a book stand, but the thing is it's not that big, so my law books don't actually fit on here. Otherwise it would be super useful. But it came with the desk, so I'm not complaining. And then here we have a little memory of Paris. Paris is my favorite city, and I've been there quite a few times. So on one of these trips I brought this one back, and now it just stays here on my desk. And then there's my highlighters collection, which I know I have way too many of, but here we go. This pencil case is actually from a makeup collection. I didn't really like the brushes that it came with, but I like the design of the pencil case, so yeah, just using that for my highlighters instead. And then down here in the drawers, I once again have a lot of recycled boxes because yeah, I'm not paying for organizational boxes when I can just recycle some other stuff. And then here I have a lot of notebooks. Some of these are full, some of these are empty. I don't know why. I usually get them as gifts somewhere and then I just keep them here and I have a massive collection. And then here I have some flashcards, sticky notes, things like that that you might just need. And then in these boxes, I basically just have some other stuff, you know, stationery related. So for example, in this big one, I have lots of my French flashcards. They're actually still from high school, but I'm still trying to, you know, keep up with my French, so I still have them. And yeah, then just some other stuff, and also this little stamp, which has never been used, but I have a stamp. And yeah, and then there's also a USB stick. Stuff like that. So I just use these boxes to keep stuff organized because otherwise all of these would, you know, be flying around in here and I don't really like that. So that's why I love using boxes, because they just make it seem like everything has a place and like it's tidy. Moving on to the second drawer, in there I just naturally keep lots of other pens, some more highlighters, yes there are even more, and then some more flashcards. These are from my summer class which I took while I was in high school. And then here are just, you know, lots and lots of stationery things. I don't really know how I amassed this collection. It just somehow happened. And then here I have some more notebooks, stuff like that. So yeah, that's my desk. And now we're gonna get to my wardrobe, which takes up most of the space in my room. And yes, it is actually largely clothes, but to be honest, I think they could be arranged in a much smaller space. I just, you know, chose the design of a wardrobe which allows you to spread your stuff out. Now I have tried to color code my wardrobe. I'm not really sure if this is working, but it's supposed to start at white and then it will, you know, run through until the mirror door and there to end at black. Yeah, we'll see if this really worked out, but yeah, pretend it did. And then down here I have some of my jewelry. Now this is probably my favorite part of this wardrobe because yeah, you can just arrange your jewelry like that. I think this is super useful because then you actually see what you have. And it's definitely something that also has made me aware of the fact that I have probably way too much jewelry. Now most of my jewelry is from H&M, and to be honest, I think I was just very tempted when I was younger to just, you know, buy another package of rings, for example, because they're quite cheap. So that's why I have just amassed a lot of things. And yeah, now I'm sort of more careful and I usually don't buy a lot of new jewelry. But yeah, I love this about the wardrobe because you have your jewelry arranged like this. This is all IKEA, by the way, the entire wardrobe. So yeah, I love that. And you can kind of individualize it so you don't have to, you know, have something like this or have a glass above it. You can do whatever you want. So these are very sort of customizable things. So I love that. And then down here, I just have some of my trousers and skirts. And then here I have another box, once again, a recycled box. And in there, I actually keep things for scrapbooks. So you can see just some old newspapers, things like that, which I just glue onto things. I like to make travel diaries where I, you know, just use snippets from newspapers, pictures, receipts, whatever I get. So that's why I just keep all of these things in here. So whenever I get a little bit artsy and crafty, then I get out this box. And that was my room tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're interested in my other room tours, which were all dorm tours, or if you would like to watch my wardrobe tour, I have linked all of these videos in the info box below. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye!